One, transgenderism is a mental illness, ironically, because I'm on YouTube. I don't know if I could say that. But how many people are going to start licking up schools? How many of these people do that over and over again?
Stole that shit.
How many times are they going to continue to try to indoctrinate children? Because once again, trans people cannot reproduce by definition. A lot of them cut their dicks off, but also because they're gay and stuff, they literally can't have children. And so their way of reproducing is through indoctrination and through other methods like molestation, which is not all of them. Obviously, trans people are, you know, I don't know. Yeah, but they keep going into schools and stuff. And I've been saying this for years. It's overwhelmingly a mental illness, and everybody has to pretend like that's normal. Everybody who doesn't speak up about that, they're actively normalizing it. And so these people, everyone, they know, most of these people, they know that they're living in a pretend world, and everybody has to abide by it. And they go crazy, and then they get demonically possessed, and they take HRT. It's a legitimate mental illness. So, okay, so here we go with the transgenderism. I know this is transgenderism is mostly goy slop, right? It's a populist issue that's used to keep people and make people think they're base. Daily Wire goys like Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles, they'll talk about transgenderism nonstop because it makes them seem cool. Like, oh yeah, they're so base. They said L transgender people, but look, this is proof here. Again, grown man walking around. Can I even say a grown woman? I'm on YouTube. Grown thing walking around with the stuffed animal. And look, we should just get to the point where if people are mentally ill, not saying all transgender people are, but we should just stop giving them, why? Don't give a mentally ill person, if they're demonically possessed, they think they're in a different body, giving them hormones and giving them therapy and allowing their mental illness to be normalized and tell everybody that you need to accept it. What do you think the repercussions of that are going to be? Let's see this. So what do you think that this person, man, woman, I'm not sure which one it is, to be honest with you. What do you think is going to be the repercussions? What do you think this ends up doing? And so I tweeted yesterday that transgenderism is pushed by the ball worshippers in order to get white people to kill each other and go insane. One, white people are predominantly, I mean, there are a lot of black trans people too, but it looks like it's majority white people, right? White people have a lot of white guilt. They want to be minorities. And one of the best ways to do so, to be like Chris Tyson, is become a transgender. No, you're no longer a white oppressor. You're an oppressed transgender person who doesn't even belong in their body. Sounds like demonic possession if you don't belong in your body. Second, white people have now are forced to accept this, and you can get fired from your job. I went to school. Put me in the chat if you had this as well. When I was in high school, this is when gender neutrality started to become popular. And there was a girl who came in my class, and I say girl because she gave up being gender neutral after like 6 months, the same as Demi Lovato. But for the 6 months that she was gender neutral, if you didn't call her by her they, them pronouns, you would get in trouble. And you would get, I'd have to go to the principal's office for committing a hate crime. I'm not joking. So then you would have to go through evaluations and you could get suspended. And then after the next semester, she comes back, oh, I'm no longer gender neutral, I'm a girl again, like I was when I was born. So within that window, if you don't abide by these linguistic rules, you will face real life consequences. And everybody knows this. You can get in trouble with your job. If you go to the coffee shop and you misgender somebody, you can get the HR call on you. And I'm not saying this to be like, okay, I'm better than trans people, but it's just like, I agree with Clavicular. It's just another person, a mog. It really is. It's just another, there's no point in investing time into this, but we need to get to the point where we're like, okay, this is legitimately, a lot of these people, not all, I'm not a transphobe, are just mentally ill. And when they are mentally ill, what happens? They go on Reddit forums, they start watching a bunch of porn. They speak to a bunch of people on Reddit who are crazier and more insane than them. They encourage them to go do things like take hormones and cut off their penises. Then they go into the world and they hold a stuffed animal as grown adults and they're on the train. And eventually the creeping thought enters their brain that all of this is a lie and that everybody is playing by these false rules. It creeps in, the reality starts to creep in and they get extremely angry that they have been living a lie, that they have been manipulated by Reddit, that porn wasn't actually something to be encouraged, that they shouldn't be a drag queen story hour with your age. Drag Queen Story Hour now being pushed on kindergarten classes. Your age just went to a drag queen show on stream. Now they're saying that kids should be able to be a part of these rituals and these ceremonies. And these people, there's never enough, right? Because so now that they've been accepted, but they can see, but everybody who's speaking to them, they look at them like they're not. Everybody looks at trans people like there's something off. And they can sense that. Everybody can feel that, and they know that. And there's a build it up animosity, and it grows and grows and grows and it 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 grows. And you can see people on Reddit, they talk about this. They have envy and jealousy that little girls get to grow up as little girls. They are jealous of the fact that they were even ever born in the wrong body. It's not enough to become one and to get it to be normalized and to dress up and have the hormones. Now they even resent their childhood that already passed.